Hat Tricks are back home after a weekend split on the road in Port Huron, looking to catch their stride as we head towards the end of January. Awaiting them tonight are the Watertown Wolves, coming off consecutive losses to Binghamton and looking to get back on track as these two teams go at it yet again for the 10th meeting this season between the Danbury Hat Tricks and the Watertown Wolves. For our entire production team, Patrick Grudberg here with you on play-by-play commentary, welcoming you into our broadcast tonight. As we mentioned, matchup number 10 between the Hat Tricks and the Wolves. These two teams are awfully familiar with each other. Starting lineups are being announced in the arena. We'll set the scene here. The Hat Tricks split last weekend set with the Prowlers, winning 3-2 on Friday and then dropping the second game 1-3 on Saturday. They enter today at 10-17, 2-3, 37 points on the year. In fifth place, still 4 points behind the Blue Ridge Bobcats, who hold the coveted last spot in the FPHL playoffs in the Empire Division. The Wolves, meanwhile, as I mentioned, 2 losses last weekend against Binghamton, including an 8-0 loss last Friday. 1-2 loss, a closer one on Saturday. That puts them at 9-17, 2-3. Almost identical records to the Hat Tricks. 34 points and in 6th place. So a win in regulation tonight for the visitors would see them tie Danbury in the standings. There's Kyle Penton, starting goalie for the Hat Tricks tonight. Penton is 2-1 versus Watertown this season, including the thrilling 5-4 overtime win 2 Fridays ago. We'll give you the rest of the Danbury lineup in just a moment. We'll take a brief pause for the national anthem and be back moments away from puck drop. There's the national anthem for you. Starters for the Hat Tricks, it'll be the first line of Anton Rupsov, Noah Robinson, and Austin Belfay leading the front. Defensive pair of Greg Sasinski and Ian Tukane will be the defensive 2. And in goal, the aforementioned Kyle Penton will be in goal. 25 years of age from Waltham, Mass. As we get some honorary puck drops before the game. There's Dustin Henning of the Wolves, number 54 in white. Dustin is playing his 500th game in the FPHL, an outstanding achievement. Steamboat Springs, Colorado native, 41 years old. Game number 500. He actually played for the Hat Tricks from 2023 to 2025. Played in 41 games, notching 10 points. So a long career for Henning as he gets honored tonight for a monumental achievement in his career, to say the least. 500 games. Of course, these two teams faced off 2 weekends ago here in Danbury. 5-4 win in overtime for the Hat Tricks on January 9th. And on the 10th, it was the Wolves who won 8-5 in another crazy game a high-scoring one there. Hat Tricks lead the season series 5-4 outright. As these honorary puck drops keep coming, I'll remind you that tomorrow's game will actually be up in Watertown. A couple of these two-game sets between these two teams have been both games at one team's arena, but this weekend, only tonight, will be in Danbury. Tomorrow night, they'll be up in Watertown. And there, Henning gets the round of applause from the away fans. Nice sign of respect there from Hat Tricks crowd. And here is assistant coach John Krupinski now on the mic. As we get settled here in the arena.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I could please have your attention. I would like to bring to your attention, we lost a valuable member of the team.
And Coach Krupinski is speaking to the fans here. We'll give you the similar news here on the broadcast. We're asking in the arena tonight for a moment of silence in a little bit due to the recent passing of Lawrence Sorcher. Known as Larry, he was part of the ownership groups of the Danbury Whalers and Danbury Hat Tricks. Larry loved his trips to Danbury and the enthusiastic Larry, Larry, Larry greeting he always received in the city. Larry was the father of Hat Tricks team partner Herman Sorcher, who is here tonight, as he always is, as we stand here tonight honoring Lawrence's life. He was an indispensable member of this Hat Tricks community, and without him, the Hat Tricks might not be around. So we send our deepest condolences to the Sorcher family. As Coach Krupinski gives some touching words. And we'll step aside for a moment of silence.
Thank you. Fans, please bring your attention right now to the video board.
And you can't see it on the broadcast here, folks, but we have a wonderful slideshow of photos with Larry, with his family, friends. Just a wonderful display here for all those in the arena tonight honoring Lawrence. Just a very special moment here in the Danbury Ice Arena as Captain Johnny Ruiz now hand over Bouquet of flowers to Herm. Herm's family out on the ice.
Hey fans, I already know where I was going, but thank you. And my dad loved this, so we love this place. Thank you fans. All right, let's play hockey.
And with that wonderful moment finished up here, we will get the hockey started. Kyle Penton in goal. 4-7 on the year, 3.61 goals against average, and a .903 save. And in goal tonight for the Wolves, it'll be Matt Lenz, the rookie who played last season at Albertus Magnus in Connecticut. Last played on New Year's Eve. So stepping in for the first time in a couple weeks for the Wolves, Lenz in goal. Puck is dropped. We'll get things started here on this Friday night. Hat tricks and the Wolves. Konstantin Chernyuk on the puck. He made his debut with the Wolves against the Hat Tricks 2 weeks ago on that Friday night. And as Darian Bencic handles deep in the corner, he'll send it back out to Henning. Intercepted by Belfay, and a 2-on-2 the other way. Anton Rupsov tangled up with the referee there down the left wing. Kind of stunted the attack there down the left. And now they'll try to pry it out from the boards. And it is taken out momentarily by Noah Robinson, flipped over to Belfay, who tried to give it right back to him. And Dustin Henning will backhand it out into the neutral zone. Wolves will get a partial change as the Hat Tricks will send on their second line for the first time tonight. Johnny Ruiz, Eli Rivers, and Jordan Crom. Eli Rivers, who came over in the Alex Legcobb trade, has been a revelation so far. 5 goals in 4 games for Danbury. Hoping to do the same this weekend. He had a hat trick in the loss 2 Saturdays ago. The icing is canceled out there. Good hustle from Stephen Klink, one of the leading point getters for the Wolves this season. He had a hat trick on that Saturday win against Danbury 2 weekends ago. Definitely at the top of the scouting report for Coach Beerchen and company. 90 seconds in, still no whistle. Austin Pickford tried to lay it off to Rivers, now back the other way with Brad Ryder and company. Zimmerman taken away by Maziarchuk. Maxim Maziarchuk, the newest addition to this Hat Tricks team, as it's flipped ahead to Robinson. Shot, save. Spilled out right back to Robinson, but couldn't handle it. As Quinn Chevers gains the line. Taken by Kandurka, and now on the stick of Robinson, who's been out there for a while. As Yarchuk and Kandurka making up the third line tonight with a rotating player as the third forward. Chevers stabs it ahead, kicked by Fennell, and now on the stick of McDonald. We got a whistle for offsides, and the first whistle of the period comes 2.5 minutes in. There's a look at Josh Newberg, fourth line center. Did not play against Port Huron last weekend, but back into the lineup. Got 9 points on the season. Puck sent cross ice. Michigan. Now with Filipov, who's badgered in the corner there by Legro and another teammate as Chernyuk. Handles at the blue line, kicked by McDonald. Tomasi along the near half wall. As it spills out into the neutral, McDonald will reset for Watertown. Tipped in by Bencic. Legro given away to Newman. Trevor Newman, who played for the Hat Tricks this season. only played one game on October 26th against the Sentinels, but has been with the Wolves since. First line back out there for Danbury. Shoveled ahead by Henning and met by Fennell, who's out there with Austin Pickford. Rupsov for Belfay on the right side and works a shot off on that right side, forcing a save out of Matt Lenz. Played in 5 games against the Hat Tricks, 2-1. .872 save percentage in those 3 starts. He's appeared in 5, started 3 of them, now making his 4th start against Danbury. Not a lot of stoppages so far in these first 4 minutes and change. Crom overtakes in the neutral zone, fires it back in, but it was just behind the red line, so either get an icing here or might have hit off a player on the bench. Looks like referees are heading towards the center circle, so it might be the latter. Four minutes in, still 0-0 between these two teams. High scoring games the last 2 times out between Danbury and Watertown. 5-4 2 Fridays ago, and then 8-5 the night after. As Eli Rivers controls, sent cross ice by Fennell towards Jordan Crom. Zipped around the boards, met by Ruiz. Behind the goal line with Chernyuk. And pestering is Crom in the near corner there. Pinned Corgan, but now Chernyuk away with it. Chernyuk cuts back, cross ice to Bari, backhand, score! An early goal for the visitors. The goal came off its moorings in the process. And Dabari makes it 1-0 for Watertown. Excellent feed from Chernyuk, who found Dabari there patiently, fed it to his backhand, and got it over the pad of the outreaching Penton. See it there. Backhand right in front for Dabari, his 4th goal on the year. Gives his team an early lead here on the road. As Yarchuk carries the puck over to Robinson. Pass deflected and almost escapes the rink as Benchit sends it in deep. Allegro around for Tomasi, who was pressured by Mishkin. Ian Tukane will lug it forward, coming in from defense. Centers it, shot, still loose in front. Newberg took a stab at it, still not frozen. And Lenz just sprawled out on the ice trying to find the puck. Great work from the 4th line there, or at least pieces of it. Tomasi and Newberg. Brings us to the under 15 timeout here in the first period. Chase Dabari with a goal for the Wolves. It's 1-0 Watertown here at the Danbury Ice Arena.
Head over to TK's American Cafe on White Street for 80 different wing flavors and good times. With 30 flat screen televisions and free Wi-Fi, we're the perfect spot to catch the game or enjoy a night out. Visit tksamericancafe.com for more information. TK's American Cafe. Make sure to try our hat trick flavor. When life brings legal challenges, trust Chipman, Mizuko, and Emerson. From business law and real estate to estate planning and litigation, our experienced attorneys are here to guide you every step of the way. Proudly serving clients across Fairfield County and Western Connecticut. Learn more at danburylaw.com. Nothing freshens like an ice-cold Coca-Cola. From classic Coke to a wide variety of sparkling and still drinks, we've got something for everyone. Learn more at CokeNortheast.com, because every sip deserves a smile.
The Watertown goal officially, Danbury from Corgan and Chevers. It's Konstantin Chernyuk who brought the puck in initially. Cycled around to Corgan and Chevers, who found Danbury for the early goal. Offensive zone face-off here for Danbury, 14:30 on the clock. Looking to respond right before the break. Had a nice opportunity as that one sent out into the stands. Referee says it was deflected, so no delay of game penalty there. As they gather and find a new puck, we'll get things started again with this fourth line out here for the Hat Tricks. Newberg tied up in the circle. Newman comes away with it. Now ahead with Klink. Quick shot. Blockered away by Penton. Tomasi along the boards. And Newman tripped in the process. And the Wolves are going to go on the power play for the first time tonight. It's going to be Tomasi to the box, 2 minutes for tripping. And it gives the Wolves power play their first opportunity. Operating at 17.5% on the year, 10th out of the 14 teams in the Fed. Hat Tricks win the D-zone draw. Center on the boards by Sasinski, kept in by Bencic. And Watertown will try to set things up here in the O zone. Poked away by Ruiz, forced back out into the neutral zone, and brought right back in by Igor Filipov. Again, Ruiz is there on the penalty kill. Sends it all the way down. Rivers, 1-on-0 there. Lenz forced to go out of the crease. Mishkin, Klink, shot over the bar. Bouncing in the slot. Filipov with another stab at it. Couldn't hit the target. Cleared the distance of the ice. Some fresh penalty killers on for Danbury. 1:10 to go on the Tomasi tripping call. Good D, Klink to Bencic. Had it wide open at the back door, but couldn't put it in. Chernyuk thrown on net, tipped it at the goal by Bencic, who couldn't redirect. Klink back on the puck, a lot of space, and this time his shot escapes into the netting. Busy sequence there for the visitors, almost making it 2-0 halfway through this power play.
At the Danbury School, the critics are here. The Mission School, Norwood High School.
52 seconds left on the power play. Roulette at the blue line. Zimmerman, cross ice, shot. Goes wide. That was McDonald there on the shot. Newberg pinches out. Only as far as Roulette. Again, McDonald. Glove save out of Penton. Moving to his left. 34 seconds on the 5-on-4. Ryder controls. Roulette has Zimmerman, the one-timer. Blocked in front. Back with it is Zimmerman. Along the near half wall. Taken away by Crom and fired all the way down with 18 seconds. Should nearly do it here for the Hat Tricks penalty kill. Henning on the puck. Fires it in. Tomasi out of the box. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Big hit by Kandurka there on Chernyuk. Sent in by Fennell. Henning around for Bencic. Wolves have numbers if they can hurry. Beautiful pass. Mishkin, Chernyuk, shot, save Penton. Chernyuk again coming up from defense. Flipped high by Henning. Wolves will change as Pickford handles behind his own goal. Second line on for Danbury. Crom, cross ice for Rivers, too far ahead of him. No icing, says the referee, as Ruiz handles. Crom with a lot of space. Shot blockered away into the netting by Lenz. So Danbury survives the 5-on-4. Watertown a couple times came awfully close to doubling their lead. Still 1-0 with 11:21 in the first period. Won by Ruiz. Cycled deep by Legro. Crom tried to center. Now back out with Tukane. Tukane, who leads all Hat Tricks defensemen in points. Cycled again by Ruiz. Zimmerman with the stick as Roulette tries to bank it off the glass. Big hit behind the play there. Ruiz taking the brunt of that. Brad Ryder across the blue line. Newman, who drew the penalty a couple minutes ago. Chernyuk keeps it in. Flipped over to McDonald. Sosinski kicks it as Rupsov ahead of him trying to break out. Lost it in his skates for a moment. Pressured by Klink and Ryder. Ryder able to push it along for Klink. Needs some teammates here. Goes 1-on-3. Pressured enough by Legro. Does the job. And now flipped ahead for Noah Robinson. 2-on-1. He has Rupsov. Rupsov backhand. Glove save! Highway robbery from Matt Lenz. Denying the Hat Tricks goal there. And it stays 1-0. You'll see the replay again. Beautiful feathered pass by Robinson. Rupsov even able to get it onto his backhand. An excellent stretch save from Lenz. Dabari, backhanded center, just past Quinn Chevers. Circled the other way, now intercepted by Dabari, taking right back by Fennell. Ahead for Maziarchuk, poked ahead now for Kandurka. Great pass across, shot, low save. Tukane stepping up from his defensive spot. The two college teammates there, Kandurka and Tukane, combining. Both Salve Regina products, both signed on the same day, back on October 24th. Dabari, shot high, skips along the glass and poked ahead by Tomasi towards Gennaro Frondudo. Member of the Hat Tricks fourth line, Frondudo, a rookie from Peabody, Mass. He'll chip it ahead looking for Newberg, but taken over by Michigan. Under 9 minutes to play here at the DIA in period number 1. Visitors with an early 1-0 lead. Bencic trying to stick handle around Legro, can't do it. Frondudo cycles to the opposite side, too far, and Filipov takes over. Bencic for Michigan. Loose puck, 2 Wolves players pinned along the boards by the opposition. Sent back deep by Zimmerman. Bencic collects. Centered, Filipov. Couldn't get a clean shot off. Skipping puck, goes to the opposite half wall. Hat Trick still trying to clear this puck as it finally makes its way to the neutral zone. First line back out for Coach Bierchen. He created the biggest chance of the game so far for Danbury on that 2-on-1 a couple minutes ago. High save by Penton, batted away and right into the path of Anton Rupsov. Rupsov, beautiful pass over for Belfay. Shot deflected, falls for Rupsov, who tries to backhand it towards the net and just missed. Sosinski one-timer goes wide. Tukane battling to keep it into the zone and can't do so. Back in with Belfay. Low shot. Rupsov pressured and gets taken to the ice there with that hit. Noah Robinson didn't like it. Chernyuk. Stick handling off the crossbar. The defenseman, Chernyuk, showing his offensive chops tonight. He's done that a couple times already. Now centered in front. Crom had a great shot there right in the slot as we finally reach the under 10 timeout here. Quick one in period number 1. 1-0 Wolves, 6:47 on the clock. You're watching Danbury Hat Tricks Hockey.
Looking for the best in beverage distribution? Choose DiCello Distributors. From Anheuser-Busch to local craft beers, we offer a full range of beer, cider, and non-alcoholic options. Serving New Haven, Fairfield, and Middlesex counties, we're committed to quality service and community. Visit DiCello.com to learn more. Diversified Printing Solutions is your full-service print partner in Danbury. With over 50 years of combined experience, we handle everything from graphic design and branded premiums to bindery mailing and smaller large print runs. DPS doesn't just print, we help you communicate from concept to delivery. Visit us online at dprintingsol.com. Struggling with pain or mobility issues? Turn to Hartsburg Chiropractic Health Center in Danbury. Specializing in posture correction, sports injuries, sciatica, arthritis, and more, our patients rave about personalized care and lasting results. Visit hartsburgchiropractic.com to schedule your consultation.
Danbury Ice Arena, 1-0 Wolves. 6:47 left in the first period. Offensive zone draw upcoming for the Hat Tricks. Chase Tabari's goal at 4:42. It's given the visitors a lead. Won by Watertown now with Chevers. Overtaken by Pickford. Given up. Corgan. Offsides. Was trying to run away with it there, but called back. Chris Corgan, the Spring Lake, Michigan native, actually played with a couple hat tricks last season on the Motor City team. Both Rivers and Gonzalez were the recent acquisitions a couple weeks ago in the Alexander Lake Cobb trade. Both played with Corgan on that Motor City team. Pickford off the board, sent back in by Ouellette. Takes a wicked bounce in the corner. We'll start calling that the Danbury bounce. The way that corner always creates some wacky opportunities for whoever's on offense going that way. Filipov whiffs. Fennell battling and able to move it ahead for Austin Belfay. Rupsov tripped and will get the call. Penton skates to the bench. And a big hit laid there. And now a Hat Tricks player taken down to the ice. Fennell thrown down. See if we get a replay to see who that was. But quite the way to signal the stoppage of play and the start of a power play here, or will it be, depending on any penalties coming out of this skirmish. It's Zimmerman to the box for the initial tripping. And Caden Fennell now going to the box. We'll see how this is called here. as the referees sort this one out. Mentioned that the Bobcats are the 4th place team in the standings. They play the Thunderbirds tonight and are currently losing 1-0. So the prime out-of-town score to keep in mind as we look ahead to the second intermission. We'll give you a roundup of that. The Hat Tricks are able to come away with a win, a regulation win tonight. They'll climb to within 1 point of the Bobcats if the Bobcats lose. 4-point gap, 41 points for Blue Ridge, 37 for Danbury. Looks like it's just going to be 2 minutes against the Wolves. Offsetting penalties on Fennell and the opposing player for the Wolves who got in that skirmish. We'll give you that name as soon as we get it. But for now, the Hat Tricks will go to work on the 5-on-4. Been a bit difficult on the power play as of late for Danbury. Right now, 12.9% on the season, 12th out of 14 teams, as Pickford's tied up there by Newman and Klink. Newman bats it all the way back down towards Penton. The Wolves at 76.2% on the penalty kill. That's 12th out of 14 teams in the league. Ruiz with some space. Shot was deflected and caught, popped up by Lenz. 38 seconds gone in the power play here. Ruiz wins the faceoff. Robinson at the point. Pickford. Ruiz set up on the opposite circle there, maybe looking for a one-timer if they can find him. Wolves should be very wary of that, considering the way the game went 2 weekends ago, where Johnny notched his 200th career goal from that spot. Robinson, high shot, caught by Belfay. Couldn't deliver a rebound quick enough, 54 seconds on the power play as Ruiz cycles it back up for Austin Pickford. Ruiz was ready for the one-timer. Pass was a little bit ahead of him. Belfay for Robinson. Pickford for Ruiz. Center Tukane. Couldn't get it out of his skates. Bouncing puck falls for Pickford here. 27 seconds on the power play. Tukane. Ruiz winds up a slap shot. Didn't get everything on that. Sent back down by the Wolves. 13 seconds on the power play. Full changes for both teams. Legro will patiently wait as Zimmerman leaves the box to bring this back to 5-on-5. Both teams 0 for 1 on the power play so far with 3:55 to go in the first period. The Wolves still lead courtesy of that Chase Tabari goal. Klink backhanded ahead, caught almost by Newman. Now ahead for Tomasi. He has Rivers in front, throws it towards the bar. Cherniuk zipped cross ice for Klink. Legro got enough pressure on him, but now a whistle. And it looks like Legro is going to go to the box here for that play. Fennell and Bencic back to their benches after the fighting penalties. 3:29 on the clock here. We'll be back in just a moment. You're watching Danbury Hat Tricks Hockey.
Recover with confidence at Hat City Physical Therapy. Personalized care for sports injuries, post-surgical rehabilitation, and chronic conditions. As the official PT provider for the Danbury Hat Tricks, we specialize in advanced treatments like dry needling, cupping, and KT taping. Visit us online at hatcityphysicaltherapy.com to schedule a consultation. Serving handcrafted drinks, Cash and Live Coffee Creations combine flavor, creativity, and community in every cup. Visit us online at cashandlivecoffee.com or check us out in the Danbury Ice Arena. Cash and Live Coffee Creations, where every sip tells a story. Make your stay comfortable at La Quinta Inn and Suites by Wyndham Danbury. With spacious rooms, free breakfast, and modern amenities, we've got everything you need to relax and recharge. Conveniently located in Danbury, we're perfect for business.
3:29 to go in the first period. Offensive zone draw for the Wolves. Wolves on the power play now after that Legro penalty. Michigan back up for Cherniuk. One-timer. Klink broke his stick. He'll go grab a new twig as Bencic tries to handle behind the goal. Taken down by Sosinski. Klink heading back into the O-zone with a new stick, but flipped it out in the neutral zone when trying to pass to Cherniuk. Klink again. Zipped a shot wide. Bencic there to collect. And recycles it all the way back to his teammate. Frozen by Penton with 1:09 to go on the power play. These teams will go at it again tomorrow night up in Watertown. After that, the Hat-Tricks will have an incredibly important series on the road against Blue Ridge. There are lots of opportunities in these two games this weekend to make up some ground in the standings and continue to make their way towards playoff position as we head towards February. 52 seconds now left on the Watertown power play. Cherniuk waits for Michigan. Bencic. Klink pressured by Ruiz, given up. Eli Rivers trying to initiate a 2-on-1 on the shorthand. Klink races back. And Rivers tried to get around Cherniuk and turned it over. Bencic lays off. Klink shot deflected before it could reach Penton. Now in the corner with Tukane. Clear it all the way out. And with 10 seconds to go on this one, that should just about do it here on the second penalty killing opportunity for the Hat-Tricks. Legro out of the box. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. And the Wolves are 0 for 2 to start the night on the man advantage. Shot high over the mask of Penton. That one escaped play. 1:09 to go in the first period. There's some young fans enjoying a great time here at the DIA. I think I might have heard it's someone's birthday. What a better way to spend your birthday than here at the Danbury Ice Arena. Catch some hockey. Hopefully for them, see a Hat-Tricks win. As of now, they trail nearing the start of the first intermission. Bencic takes it over. Tight angle shot hit off the post. Sent too far, all the way back toward his goalie. And Matt Lenz will shield it away from Rupsov. Bencic going 1-on-4 and taken away. Robinson trying to catch him out on the change. Robinson shot low. Falls out here for Legro, who will try to backhand it in and does. Robinson. Rupsov fired on net and covered by Lenz with 22 seconds to go in the first. Pretty even in the shot department battle as Lenz covers it again, this time 19 seconds. 13-12 in favor of Watertown. Hat-tricks win the face-off, deflected towards the net, almost made its way on target. 13 seconds now. Second line out here for Danbury. Try to make something happen in the final seconds. Overtaken by Klink. He'll bank it forward for Danbury, trying to beat the buzzer. Puck falls into the corner. No penalty there on that tie-up. And that's how we will finish period number 1. It's the Wolves with a 1-0 lead. Chase Danbury with the goal at 4:42, assisted by Corgan and Chevers. Gives the visitors a lead into the first intermission. Hat-tricks will try to find a way to respond at the start of the second, but for now, we'll step aside for a break for intermission number 1. You're watching Danbury Hat-Tricks hockey here on the Hat-Tricks Digital Network.
Dreaming of your next getaway? Let Expedia Cruises Brookfield turn that dream into reality. Our local travel experts offer personalized planning for cruises, all-inclusive resorts, escorted tours, and more. Whether you're seeking a tropical escape or a European adventure, we've got you covered. Visit ExpediaCruises.com to start planning today. At Golf Lounge 18, we deliver state-of-the-art virtual golf fun in Danbury and throughout Connecticut. Equipped with TrackMan 4 technology, our bays allow golfers to play real courses indoors. Reserve your bay or learn more at golflounge18.com. Golf Lounge 18, real golf all year round. Step into Gray Scent Boutique and Candle Bar, where style and creativity come together. Browse our curated finds, enjoy permanent jewelry, or craft your own custom scented candle. Located in Bethel, Connecticut, we're the perfect spot for gifts, gatherings, and unforgettable experiences. Visit grayscent.com for more information. Got a leak, clog, or plumbing problem you can't ignore? Call Hope Plumbing, your trusted local experts for fast, reliable service. Located in Prospect, Connecticut, help is just a call away. Visit thehopecos.com or call 203-663-3223 today to learn more. Because when it comes to plumbing, there's always hope. Building something great starts with the right materials. At Kellogg Hardwood Lumber, we supply premium hardwoods, custom millwork, and quality lumber for builders, craftsmen, and DIYers alike. Located in Bethel, Connecticut, we're your trusted source for strength, beauty, and reliability in every project. Visit KelloggHardwoods.com today. Stay warm this winter with Mitchell Oil. From heating oil and propane delivery to HVAC installation and service, we offer comprehensive solutions for homes and businesses. With automatic delivery options, flexible pricing plans, and 24/7 emergency service, Mitchell Oil ensures your comfort year-round. Visit Mitchell.com to become a customer today. Mitchell Oil, ready to serve you. When disaster strikes, Paul Davis is here to help. We provide fast and reliable restoration services from properties damaged by water, fire, mold, or storms, serving both homes and businesses with 24/7 emergency response. Check us out online at pauldavis.com to find a location near you. Looking for a premier golfing experience? Visit Richter Park Golf Course, the #2 public course in the New York metro area. With 4 sets of tees, we challenge golfers of all skill levels. Open daily, Richter Park offers competitive rates and online tee time reservations. Visit richterpark.com to book your round today. Bring back your curb appeal with Rinse and Wash Pressure Washing. From driveways and decks to siding and storefronts, we make your surfaces shine like new. Our team delivers fast, professional results you can count on. Visit rinseandwashct.com today to schedule your clean, because a fresh look starts with a rinse and wash. Stacy's Totally Baked crafts freshly baked goods daily, from cookies and cupcakes to signature cakes for every occasion. Based in Ridgefield, we serve local cafes, cater events, and accept custom orders. Visit stacystotallyBaked.com to browse our menu and place your order. Stacy's Totally Baked, where every bite is made with love. Hungry for a steak? Come to Texas Roadhouse for hand-cut steaks, fall-off-the-bone ribs, and made-from-scratch sides in a fun, family-friendly setting. Whether you're dining in or ordering to go, Texas Roadhouse offers legendary food and service. For more information, visit texasroadhouse.com/Danbury. At Ventura Law, we speak your language, know your culture, and understand your story. For over 65 years, we've been fighting for the rights of injured individuals across Connecticut and New York. Our compassionate bilingual attorneys guide you through every step, making sure your voice is heard. Visit venturalaw.com for a free consultation. Ventura Law, justice you can trust. Transform your outdoor space with Yard Goats Landscaping, located in Bethel, Connecticut. From spring cleanups and tree work to custom patios, fencing, and masonry, we're your one-stop shop for all things landscaping. Visit yardgoats.io for a free consultation. Yard Goats Landscaping, where your dream yard becomes reality. Need reliable equipment for your next project? Turn to Decker Tool Rental. With locations in Danbury, Bridgeport, and beyond, we offer a full range of rental tools and heavy machinery. Whether you're a contractor or DIYer, our knowledgeable staff ensures you get the right gear for the job. Visit DeckerCatRentalStore.com today. Looking to upgrade your ride or home? Choose Emerald Tint, your premier window tinting masters for Fairfield County. Whether it's automotive, residential, commercial, or marine tinting, we use high-quality ceramic films for superior heat rejection, UV protection, and enhanced privacy. Visit emeraldtint.com today. Raise a glass to great beer at Charter Oak Brewing Company, located here in Danbury. Enjoy 10 rotating drafts, live local music, and a shaded beer garden perfect for your next event. Visit us online at charteroakbrewing.com to learn more.
Remember when a night out didn't break the bank? When fun was simple, social, and full of laughter? Bowling is still that place. Affordable, timeless, and made for everyone. Get more laughs per dollar bowling at Spins Bowl.
first intermission here at the DIA. Hat Tricks down 1-0. About 7 minutes away from period number 2. In the arena tonight, it is great to be from Danbury night. And as a part of that, the Hat Tricks have asked for nominees for the prize winner of this kind of contest and celebration of the local community and what it means to be from Danbury. And for a little while here during this intermission, I'll speak about some of the finalists for this award and then officially talk about the winner who got the nod for this awesome local kind of honor. So we'll start with Moises D'Souza. Moises is a phenomenal plumber at his locally owned business, Water Warrior Plumbing Solutions. He grew up in Danbury and continues to serve the community every day. He is an honest and trustworthy plumber that everyone should get to know. So congratulations to Moises for being a finalist. We have Farley Santos. Farley was a mentor through 90% of my years at Henry Abbott Tech, someone writes, through DSABC. He's helped me and guided me through so much through my life and has been always one text away. Now, as the state rep for the 109th District of Danbury, he's working to better Danbury and make it a better place to live. I do believe Farley represents a champion of Danbury and represents what being a model citizen truly is. Some very kind words for Farley Santos. Next, we have Trenna McNeil. Trenna has only lived in Danbury for a few years, but has become extremely involved in many aspects of the community. Working for Ives Bank, Trenna was named as the face of volunteerism by the bank last year. She currently serves as the fundraising chair on the Danbury Student and Business Connection Board, serves on the RVNA Health Fundraising Committee, has donated her time with the Cultural Alliance of Western CT, participated in the regional Alzheimer's Walk, and multiple events with Ann's Place, to name just a few organizations. She has supported quite a lot there. Wonderful stuff. She also recently collected items from Danbury community to donate to her home country, Jamaica, after the recent hurricane devastation. Trenna is always willing to lend a helping hand and does so with a smile and such energy. So awesome stuff for Trenna McNeil. Next we have Jolene Faco-Brot. Jolene has cervical cancer for one, but she also has been an outstanding member of the Danbury area with all she does for our veterans through the American Legion Post 60 and for the Danbury Westerners Family Fun Zone. So wonderful shout out for Jolene there. We have Colby Cruz. And speaking for Colby, quote, I would like to nominate my brother. He has been actively cooking and feeding over 30 senior citizens, disabled people every Saturday and Sunday since COVID. He also runs a weekend food distribution program for those who are in their aged years. He also took part in the mayor's housing committee. He's also a local pastor and minister. So quite a lot of hats there Colby Cruz is wearing. Just an awesome display of all the people who make this community special here in Danbury. But the winner, who was announced, and the honoree for this award, goes to Nonawag High School senior Jonathan Chung. And here's some extended words about Jonathan, and we'll kind of wrap it up here as we lead into the second period. Jonathan is a dedicated student and proud member of both the Nonawag football and lacrosse teams. Jonathan isn't defined by a single moment, but by the countless ways he shows his personality and passion in everything he does. Known for his charismatic presence and kindness, Jonathan is beloved by students and faculty alike, and his absence on campus has not gone unnoticed. While most students spent their Thanksgiving celebrating with family and friends, Jonathan and his family faced a life-changing reality. On November 28th, Jonathan was diagnosed with mixed phenotype acute leukemia, MPAL, a rare and aggressive form of blood cancer. The diagnosis abruptly changed the course of his senior year and his life. Still, Jonathan views this challenge as a setback rather than a defeat and remains determined to fight his way back to the classroom, the football field, and the lives of the people he loves. Shortly after the news of his diagnosis spread, small but mighty stickers began appearing on lockers, Chromebooks, folders, and walls throughout the school, a visible symbol of the overwhelming support behind him. Since his diagnosis, Jonathan has not been able to return home and is currently undergoing his second round of chemotherapy at Connecticut Children's Medical Center in Hartford. Eventually, he will travel to Boston for a bone marrow transplant, receiving a life-saving donation from his younger sister, Kaylee, who is a perfect match. Though he remains physically distant, Jonathan continues to witness the outpouring of love from classmates, teammates, and family. His journey with leukemia comes full circle as his connection to the cause began during his junior year when he became involved with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. At the time, he never imagined he would one day be receiving the very treatment he once helped fund. Now, Jonathan stands as a symbol of resilience and hope. He understands the ongoing fight for a cure and hopes his story inspires others to support blood cancer research and get involved in the cause. Despite the obstacles before him, Jonathan Chung continues to face his battle with courage, determination, and the unwavering support of the Nanawa community. Fans, all of you at home, can assist Jonathan and his family throughout their journey by participating in the Hat Tricks auctions tonight and through the GoFundMe page set up by Nanawa Athletic Department. So some wonderful, very important words for Jonathan there. So please consider checking that out. The GoFundMe page, Hat Tricks auctions, proceedings, any way you can help out as a member of the Danbury community. All support is welcome. So with that, we will return to the hockey. The Hat Tricks trying to tie things up here as we start the second period. Watertown won these shots on goal 13-12 in the first. As the Hat Tricks, wearing their black uniforms tonight, head back out for the second period. Kyle Penton, there's a look at him. Made 12 saves, led in the one goal from Chase Danbury at backhand feed in front. There's Matt Lenz, who was also tested quite a bit in the first period, despite only seeing 12 shots. A couple high-quality chances from Danbury created throughout the first, but they'll be looking for more here in the second. Robinson and Michigan at center ice. Wolves win it, and we will get period number 2 started. Henning fires it ahead. Took a deflection. Tukane will collect it behind the net. Gets it right back from Belfay. Now ahead for Rupsov. Throws one on net, goes wide. Bounces out into the neutral zone. Taken away by Filipov. Throws one on net. Hit off the back boards and almost off the backside of Penton, who saw the puck coming and froze it in time. Patrick Grudberg here on play-by-play tonight. Thank you for being with us, for our entire production team. We sincerely appreciate you spending your Friday night here with us, watching some Hat Tricks hockey. Roulette shot goes wide. Centered, Klink shot, blocked. Another shot goes high. Rivers' stick was broken by that shot from Stephen Klink, who has the puck again, circling, and got another high-quality shot off from up top. And this one will be an icing, cleared all the way down the ice. The remains of Rivers' stick now being picked up by the referee. And the second line for Danbury will stay out there for the defensive zone draw. Tie up between Newman and Ruiz. Falls out to Ouellette. One-timer from Klink high over the bar. Penton tried to grab it. Ruiz cycled, gave it away. Danbury centered, but no one was home. Ouellette in. Danbury pressuring. Tries to collect it along the near half wall, met by a couple black jerseys. Now Allegro will feed it to Pickford to get it back for Danbury. 90 seconds into the second period. Up ahead for Robinson. Now Kandurka. Shoveled in by Robinson. Kandurka on the chase. Robinson out there with the third liners, Maziarchuk and Kandurka. Sosinski backhanded off the glass. Robinson couldn't control it. Ryder will play it for Chernyuk. McDonald all the way down. It'll be an icing. Watertown, who have an early 1-goal lead here. 1-3-0-1 entering tonight's game. So really 1-4 with that overtime loss coming 2 weekends ago. Frondudo centered across the face of goal. Tukane there on the opposite side. But Watertown trying to get back on track and still very much alive for that fourth playoff spot. Only 3 points behind Danbury, and if they're able to get on a hot streak in the next couple of weeks, they can really challenge Blue Ridge just like Danbury can. It's anybody's game really for that fourth spot. As we get another icing with 17-13. Wolves coming off that 2-game sweep by Binghamton. This season they are 1-10-0-1, so 1-11 outright against Binghamton. Against everybody else, they're 8-7-2-2, or just 10-9 outright. As there's a shot from Filipov, not squeezed enough by Penton. Spills out for Ouellette, and the Wolves will continue to go to work here in the offensive zone behind the net. Filipov tripped. Referee's arm is up. Wolves will have their third chance on the 5-on-4 coming up. Greg Sosinski, the one heading to the box for the hat tricks. Wolves so far 0 for 2 on the night. They'll try to make it 1 for 3. A lot of space in front. Mishkin just handling the puck, waiting for the right move. Filipov tried to spin it, loose in the slot, and finally claimed by Penton. Cleared out by the hat tricks. Stephen Klink leads the charge. 41 points this season, the top for Watertown. Coming into this one, his last 5, 12 points in his last 5 games. Bencic, Klink, tried to feed it to the opposite side. Bencic, loose in front, tried to poke at it. Another one there, tried by Mishkin. Still going at it are the Wolves. Klink shot blocked. Filipov, save Michigan couldn't get the rebound home. Loose behind the net and finally cleared out by Noah Robinson. Another scary sequence there for the Hat Tricks on the penalty kill. Stays 1-0 with 50 seconds to go on this power play. Michigan pressured by Robinson, flipped opposite side for Igor Filipov. Off target looking for Chernyuk. Lenz moves it all the way up. Now Chernyuk can gain the zone. Backhand center. Newman shot blocked. Cleared out by Allegro, 18 seconds. Klink one more time. Shot blocked. Right in front by Tukane. Sosinski waiting to come out of the box. 5 seconds left. Power play is over. Wolves 0 for 3 on the night. Hat Tricks survive a scare there. Newman in front. Gloved by Penton. 14:39 on the clock. Wolves still with a narrow 1-0 lead. A little bit into the second period. We'll step aside for a quick break and be back with some more Danbury Hat Tricks hockey.
Looking for top quality meats? Omaha Beef Company is your go-to wholesale food distributor. We carry a wide selection of beef, poultry, pork, cheeses, and pantry staples. Visit omahabeefcompany.com to learn more. Omaha Beef Company, serving Connecticut with quality you can count on. Is joint pain slowing you down? At Ortho Connecticut, our team of expert orthopedic surgeons and specialists get you back to doing what you love pain-free. From sports injuries to joint replacement, we offer advanced care close to home. Visit myorthoct.com to schedule your appointment today. Looking for a brighter smile? Stony Hill Dental Care offers comprehensive dental services, including sedation, cosmetic, and preventive care. Schedule your appointment today at stonyhilldental.com. Stony Hill Dental Care, where your smile comes first. Get your tickets fast and easy at Tixer.com, the official ticketing partner of the Danbury Hat Tricks. We make it simple to buy, sell, and manage tickets. Get your tickets today at Tixer.com and cheer on your Danbury Hat Tricks.
14:39 in the second period. Only one goal between these two teams so far. Flipped high head off the head of Eli Rivers there. Trying to center it, no one there. Ruiz cleans up the loose puck. Threw one on net from a tight angle, hit off the post. Trevor's backhanded ahead for Chris Corrigan. He sweeps around Legro. Legro able to rehandle it. Tukane. Ruiz, 2-on-1. Ruiz threw it cross ice towards Rivers. Ruiz in front, tried to backhand it, but could not stuff it home. Best chance of the period for the home team. Sent back in by Jordan Crom. He'll head to the bench. Belfay and Robinson on for Coach Beerchin. Fennell, beautiful shot pass, found Rivers in front, but could not collect the bouncing puck. And referee blows the whistle. Puck was stuck on the back of the net. You'll see a look at it again. There's the first opportunity from Ruiz on the centering pass. Kind of caught himself not really facing towards the goal, but did a great job just to steer it on net and give Lenz a challenge. So perhaps some momentum brewing here for Danbury. Quick shot off the draw. Rubtsov cycled deep by Fennell. Centered by Rubtsov, gets crunched into the boards in the process by Dabari. Now falls to the ice, that's Robinson. Hounding the Wolves defense here. Energetic shift from this first line. Batted back in by Fennell. Lenz leaves it for Zimmerman. And now Newman ahead for Klink. Forced to circle back. Rupsov got the first touch on the puck. Back with Danbury. Rupsov, feathered pass to Fennell, who tried to feed it back the other side. Newman lost his stick. All Danbury the last 2 minutes, 12:28 in the second. Fennell feeds in front again, Crom there. Pickford walking in, shot wide. Still in front, not claimed, and finally the whistle blows as Matt Lenz covers. Closest the hat tricks have come tonight to leveling the score. Zimmerman and Newberg trying to get tangled up there. Referees doing their best to separate them. After those consecutive shots, the puck was kind of sitting there right near the post, and a lot of players colliding as we get another replay of this skirmish here. Looks like Newberg might have, or Zimmerman it might have been, who threw a jab towards Josh Newberg. They're going to chat as they head back to their respective benches. Wouldn't be surprised if we see those two go at it sometime later tonight or tomorrow up in Watertown. No penalties assessed. 12-18 in the second. All hat tricks the last couple minutes. Can they find a tying goal? Fourth line out. Tomasi, Frondudo, and Newberg. And Tomasi draws the penalty. Taken down along the near half wall by McDonald, it looks like. And with 12-10, the hat tricks will go back on the power play. Second 5-on-4, you get to look at it there. Controlling the puck, hard to see the full picture of it, but he is taken down. Ian McDonald, the Ontario native, will head to the box. Second time on the 5-on-4. Hat tricks fans here will hope that it turns out better than the first one earlier in the first. Danbury still trailing 1-0 here, heading towards halfway point in this game. Tukane controls, now back with Tukane. Low, shot, glove save, and Lenz might have got caught in his jersey as he reaches for the puck. Still trying to find it. And the search finally completed. Able to find it towards the neck area in Lenz's jersey. A lot of space there to operate, though, for Tukane and Rupsov. Good start, 28 seconds in. Hat tricks win the face-off again, deep for Belfay. Robinson, Belfay, Tukane, Ruiz, shot, score! Johnny Ruiz ties it up for Danbury. Exquisite puck movement there on the power play. Tukane just playing that center fulcrum role in the slot, the defenseman no less. Feeds Ruiz on the one-timer, and Watertown's all too familiar with a scene like that. 1-1, 11:30 left in the second period. For Ruiz, his 15th goal of the season. Sent in by Newberg, takes a wacky bounce. Now with Maziarchuk. Sosinski lines up a slapper. Puck batted in the air and hits into the netting. The Hat Tricks, after a couple minutes where it felt like momentum was heading back in their direction, find the tying goal. And it's 1-1 as we are almost exactly halfway through this one here at the DIA. Belfay down low. Hat Tricks with a lot of energy here, controlling it in the offensive zone. Legro keeps it in, dumps it deep for Robinson. Rubtsov, Belfay, Pickford. Shot was blocked by Chernyuk. Pickford able to hold on to it for the moment. Taken away by Henning and cleared out into the neutral zone. Officially Ruiz from Belfay and Tukane. Back to Rubtsov. Wide open net. Couldn't put it home. Checked in the process by Newman. Again, excellent puck movement from the Hat Tricks. But Rubtsov could not put it home for a Danbury lead. We'll see it here. Sent it right back towards Rubtsov on your near side. And had a lot of time to get it off his stick. Alas, the game stands at 1-1. Tie up with Rivers. Able to kick it towards Ruiz. Crom tried to feed Rivers in the slot. Another wacky bounce in this near corner. McDonald ahead for Chevers. He'll zip it around the boards, and Fennell will meet it with Corgan. Flip towards Ouellette, caught and played. Corgan pokes it towards the corner. Intercepts there on the opposite side. Taken back by Fennell for the Hat Tricks with under 10 minutes to play in the second period. Tied up here, courtesy of a Johnny Ruiz power play goal. Filipov turns back. Now cycles it. All the way up back for Chernyuk. His pass was blocked by Crom. He's had quite a shift. He'll head to the bench. Maziarchuk on for Danbury. Fennell backhanded over to Tukane. Maziarchuk on the puck. Dekes it around one. Maziarchuk! And it trickles into the net! How about that for your first Hat Tricks goal, Maxime Maziarchuk? Not sure if he had control of it the whole way through. Honestly, he might have had it. Tried to put it back on his forehand and put just enough oomph on it to get it in the back of the net. Maxime Maziarchuk, the 22-year-old rookie from Minsk, Belarus, was signed back on January 16th. Watertown bench will take their timeout. There's the young fans with general manager AJ Galante there firing up the crowd. Excited after these two goals from the Hat Tricks. Maziarchuk had an assist in the win against Port Huron last Friday. He played 1.5 seasons of college hockey for SUNY Morrisville and logged 15 points in 25 games, so a brief stint there in Morrisville. Has previously played in the USPHL with Hampton, and also played for NY Apple Corps in the EHL the year before. The Wolves take their timeout. Now back in the center circle is Trevor Newman. Try to right the ship here for the visitors. Klink across for Danbury. And now a delayed penalty coming up as we reach the under 10 media timeout. We'll tell you what the penalty is when we get back, but it looks like the Wolves are going to go back on the power play on the other end of this break. 2-1 Hat Tricks. 8:40 to go in the second period here on the Hat Tricks Digital Network.
Fire up your appetite with Twins Barbecue Company. Smoked meats, bold flavors, and barbecue that brings people together. Stop by for ribs, brisket, wings, and more in Brookfield. Visit twinsbbqco.com to view our menu, order online, or find our next food truck stop. Twins Barbecue. There's nothing better than smoking hot twins. Looking to make your brand stand out? Vision Designs in Brookfield has you covered. From custom screen printing and embroidery to eye-catching signs, banners, and promotional products, they bring your ideas to life with unmatched quality and service. Visit VisionDesignCT.com. Vision Designs, where your vision becomes reality. Looking to elevate your night out? At Illicit Brewing Company,
2-1 Hat Tricks here in the second. Goals from Johnny Ruiz and Maxim Maziarchuk, but it's Watertown who are getting ready for their fourth power play of the night. So far 0 for 3 on the man advantage as they control the puck here. Bencic cross ice for Klink. Throws one on net, blocked by Pickford and sent out of the zone. Cross ice for Klink, who gains the zone and will set up here for Watertown. 35 seconds in. Behind the net, centered for Bencic, who caught either a stick or something up high. And now a delayed penalty again. Bencic still grabbing his face as if he was hit, but it's going to be a penalty on Yefim Mishkin, which will cancel out the short-lived power play for Watertown, which only lasted about 50 seconds. So 5-on-4 for a minute and 10 seconds. Then the Hat Tricks will have a brief chance on the 5-on-4. Quick save by Penton there on Filipov. So he raced down the opposite side. Now back with Anton Rupsov. Circling, backhanded towards the goal and covered by Lenz. Some more excited fans. Looks like somebody got a free t-shirt in the t-shirt toss during the first intermission. Happy that the Hat Tricks are up 2-1 now, deeper into the second period. Ruiz dekes his way through on the faceoff. A lot of space in behind. Rivers, one-timer, didn't get enough on it. Won by Newman. Roulette handles. Pressured by Ruiz. Almost gave it away, able to flip it back towards Trevor Newman. Trying to cut in now, still around the outside goes Newman. 30 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Michigan in the box for holding the stick. As a bouncing puck reaches Rivers. And we got an offsides here. .18 seconds left as you see the offsides call there. Yep, bouncing puck. Rivers might have gone a little too early. Kandurka, Frandudo, Rupsov, and Krom, 4 forwards on the ice here for Danbury. 9 seconds to go on the 4-on-4. Then Legro will leave the box and presumably join them as the 5th skater and the only defenseman. And here he comes. He'll race towards the bench. Eli Rivers will go on, and we'll have a 5-forward power play. We've seen this before from John Birchin for 35 seconds. Krom throws one on net, blockered away by Lenz. Cleared out by Watertown with 25 seconds to go on the Michigan penalty. Rivers building speed, gains the zone, outside slot shot, gloved by Matt Lenz. 13 seconds on the shortened power play. In addition to Dustin Henning's 500th game being tonight, he also honored linesman Michael Imperio, refereeing his 200th career FPHL game. He was dropping the puck right there, so congrats to Michael on that achievement. Cleared down the other end, caught by Bencic. That will do it for the power play, though. Rivers and Rupsov regain the puck. Rupsov shot, high save from Lenz. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Referee looking towards the Hat Tricks bench. They do need a 5th skater. Maziarchuk joining Tomasi and Newberg as the 3 forwards. Puck went out of play. Hat Tricks with a 2-1 lead. 5:43 to go in the second. This season, outright 9-6 versus teams below them in the standings with less points. Continuing to beat the teams below them tonight if this score holds. They're already 5-4 on the year outright against the Wolves. Puck's flipped ahead by Sosinski. And we've got Newberg and Zimmerman. You just knew it had to happen at some point. They'll circle here and get this show started. Zimmerman has the height. Newberg's got the experience. Here they go. And Zimmerman with the takedown. Josh Newberg falls to the ice. And Zimmerman, the rookie, challenging Newberg, but despite losing the fight, still hypes up the crowd, and we get a look at it here. It was more just momentum, you think, that took Newberg to the ground, not a knockout punch. Those guys will sit in the box, think about what they did, But we did see them a little earlier have some words for each other after puck was frozen towards Lenz's net. And I think Zimmerman caught Newberg with a jab of some sorts. And you have to think, as they were skating back to the bench, chatting, hey, you want to go at it later this period? And we saw it right there. Shots tied 24-24 between these two. Sosinski sent to the corner. Rupsov pinned by Ouellette. Belfay trying to chase. Puts Newman on the ice as Cole Ouellette rehandles it. Ahead for Danbury, who has the only goal for the Wolves tonight, has an edge, stops, centers, good stick by Sosinski to stop the pass heading towards Stephen Klink. Bouncing puck given away. Belfay's got Rivers fanned on the pass. Rivers with a lot of space on the left side. Puck given away again. Lenz forced to bat it towards the corner. It's Rivers now for Danbury. Across, Robinson with snow all over his jersey. Threw a puck on net, now in behind with Rivers. Centered. Robinson whiffed on it, but we've got a whistle here. Net came off its moorings. 4:16 to go in the second period. 2-1 hat tricks here at the DIA. We'll step aside and be back after a minute. You are watching Danbury Hat Tricks Hockey.
Start your morning off right at Grounds Donut House. Enjoy our oversized artisanal donuts paired with premium coffee. For a unique treat, don't miss our ice cream-filled donuts. If you're looking for a sweet way to kick off your day, visit us in Danbury or check us out online at groundsdonuthouse.com/Danbury. Looking for great craft beer and live music? Visit Housatonic River Brewing in New Milford. Enjoy handcrafted ales in our rustic tap room or outdoor beer garden along the scenic Housatonic River. We're open Wednesday through Sunday with live music every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Check out our full schedule and offerings at HousatonicRiverBrewing.com. Looking for reliable waste management? Choose Interstate Waste Services, your local family-owned provider since 1998. We provide comprehensive waste and recycling solutions for homes and businesses with a commitment to sustainability and community. For more information, visit interstatewaste.com.
2-1 hat tricks late in the second period back here at the Danbury Ice Arena. Wrapping up the Guess the Song, Finish the Lyric challenge here in the arena. Went a little late there as we reach under 4 minutes to go in this period. Johnny Ruiz bats it over towards Fennell. Ruiz, who got the scoring started at 8:30 in the second. Power play goal from Belfay and Tukane. Cherniak sauced ahead. Klink gains the line. One back by Robinson, shielding against Chevers, but kept in deep by Watertown. Centering pass intercepted by Rivers. Off the glass towards Robinson. No icing. Stick battle between Robinson and Henning. Henning took a spill. No tripping call there as Chevers tries to slice through the Danbury defense. Controlling behind the net is Ryder. Rupsov clears all the way down for an icing with 2:48 on the clock. relatively low-scoring game for these two teams compared to the most recent encounters. 13 goals between the two back on January 10th in that 5-8 loss for the Hat Tricks, and a 9-goal combination the night before in the 5-4 overtime win. So relatively tame in the scoring department as puck loose towards Penton's net. No Watertown players could force a rebound home. As Bencic handles, he'll backhand it behind the net. Watertown will set up the forecheck. Sent in and way offside. There was Igor Filipov. Oh, I'm almost in view there, folks. Section 105. A lot of young fans here in the crowd tonight enjoying some Friday night hockey. Fronduda will take the center ice draw against Newman. Newman has been on the puck a lot this period. As he mentioned, played only one game for the Hat Tricks this season back on October 26th. Since then, has 5 points in 19 games for Watertown. Pickford carried. Tried to pass it ahead towards Sosinski, too far. Sosinski with it again. Hit off the referee, who is now down on one knee. That is Michael Imperio, who caught the brunt of that puck. As the referees just make sure their co-worker's all right, which it looks like he is. .145 to go in the second. During the second intermission, we'll check out some out-of-town scores and update you on what's going on around the Fed. For now, we've got 90 seconds of hockey left here at the DIA. Hat Tricks with a narrow 2-1 lead heading towards the end of the second. Michigan circling, spinning. Bencic couldn't handle the pass. Rivers for Fennell. Lays off for Rivers. Shot deflected into the netting. Hat Tricks with a narrow 26-24 shots on goal lead. They lead the period 14-11. Chernyuk ahead for Bencic, intercepted. Now with Rupsov along the near boards. Robinson in deep. Puck escapes the ice again, this time in the near corner. 57.5 seconds on the clock. Trying to get that woman to realize she's a star. She's on the Jumbotron there. Austin Belfay with the quick slap shot. Here's your time to shine. Still not quite sure. I think she does notice she is on camera. .52 seconds. Tukane thrown towards the net. The net moved a little bit there. Tukane able to keep it in the zone. Robinson deep for Rupsov. Back for Robinson is one-timer deflected again into the netting. Another close one between these two teams. A couple overtime trips already in the 9 games they've played. Still 20 minutes left after these final 30 seconds, but it's always a hard-fought, tight battle. Looking ahead to the final 20, Danbury trying to get around Pickford. Didn't have the step. Now a 3-on-2 with 15 seconds. Rupsov laid it off for Robinson. Newman got a stick on it. Belfay cross ice. Tukane, 7 seconds. Hat Tricks trying to beat the buzzer. Batted away, but played with a high stick by Newman. Referee now does say that Newman did hit the puck with a high stick. So a neutral zone faceoff right outside the Watertown end with 3 seconds to go in the second. Tie up with 1 second now. Pickford thought about firing one on net from distance, but after 2 periods, the Hat Tricks with 2 quick goals to take the lead into the second intermission. Johnny Ruiz with a power play goal at 8:30, and Maxim Mazyarchuk nets his first Hat Tricks goal at even strength at 11:10, assisted by Tukane and Fennell. And that is where we stand heading into the 3rd period. Hat Tricks trying to close this one out at home and pick up another win against Watertown in this 10th meeting between the Hat Tricks and the Wolves this season. We'll step aside for a brief break in the second intermission and be back a little early to run through some out-of-town scores in the FPHL. Don't go anywhere. Thank you for being with us tonight, folks, here on the Hat Tricks Digital Network. We'll take a quick break. 2-1 hat tricks, 5:30 to go before the start of the third period here in the second intermission. I'll give you a quick rundown of some out-of-town scores in the Fed tonight. We'll start with the league leaders. The Binghamton Black Bears up 6-3 against PD. We'll go to a Continental Division matchup, another even more lopsided one. It's Athens with a 10-2 lead over the Biloxi Breakers in the third period. Athens, who are in second place in the Continental behind Monroe, who are on a 16-game winning streak right now. And speak of the devil, they are up 2-1 against Topeka in the second period, a cross-divisional matchup there between those two. We have our game, of course, 2-1 in the second intermission after two hat tricks goals in the second period. Blue Ridge up 2-1 in the third period against Twin City. Big implications for both the hat tricks and the Wolves in that one, both trying to catch up to Blue Ridge in the standings, who hold the fourth position in the Empire, that last playoff spot. So they lead against Twin City in the third. We'll keep you updated on that score as our third period gets going. Finally, the last matchup of the night sees Columbus up 5-2 against the Baton Rouge Zydeco. Columbus making up that top three in the Continental with Athens and Monroe above them. So they have a comfortable lead over Baton Rouge. Only 12 teams in action tonight in the Fed. The two not in play, Indiana and Port Huron, will play tomorrow night and then Sunday night as a part of their two-game set this weekend. Just a refresher on the Empire Division standings. Binghamton is running away with first place. They are 27-3-0-2. They've won 5 straight, 85 points. Port Huron in second place with 30 less points, still having an impressive season themselves, 17-12-2. Just behind them with 53 points is Topeka, who've played a couple less games. They sit at 15-10-4, and that fourth and final playoff spot in the division goes to Blue Ridge as of now. 41 points on the season, 12-16-2-1. They've played one less game than Danbury, the same amount as Watertown, who've both played 31. Danbury with 32. So a pretty big gap between third and fourth right now, a 12-point gap as it stands. And Topeka could make that gap even bigger if they win those games in hand that they have over Blue Ridge and most of the division. Danbury at 37 points in fifth, Watertown in sixth with 34. And at the bottom of the Empire are the Indiana Sentinels with 21 points. So pretty big gap between them and Watertown in sixth. That rounds out the out-of-town scores and a look at the standings in the Empire Division. Again, Danbury hoping for the Bobcats to drop some points tonight and tomorrow and take care of business these two games here against Watertown. Try to continue clawing their way back into fourth, a position in the standings which they held for some time during the early part of the season, but we are now into the second half of this 25-26 campaign, and as of now, Danbury on the outside looking in. Let's set the stage here for the third period as we're about 1 minute away on the clock in the arena. 2-1 as it stands. Chase DeBari scored an early first period goal at 4:42, assisted by Corrigan and Chevers. That gave the visitors a 1-0 lead into the first intermission. 2 quick goals, though, in the second period from Johnny Ruiz and newcomer Maxim Mazyarchuk give the home team a narrow 2-1 advantage. Goals at 8:30 and 11:10, so in pretty quick succession, those two. Shots 27-24 in favor of Danbury. Danbury trying to improve to 6-4 outright on the season against Watertown. And similar to their opposition, when you look at the split between the games that the Hat Tricks have played against the league leaders, Binghamton, 0-8-0-1. They had that shootout loss here at the DIA back on December 12th, so essentially 0-9. And against the rest of the league, they're 12-9 outright. So it's really that difference. And for all the Hat Tricks fans at home looking at the schedule, the positive thing is the next 10 games that Danbury plays are against teams seeded 4 through 7 in the Empire. They play Blue Ridge next weekend. After that, they have another set against Watertown, and then a 3-game stretch at home, and then one final one on the road against Indiana. So all 10 very winnable games if you're John Beerchin and company looking to go on a run, because right after that, it's another trip to Binghamton, 2-game set at the end of February. So that's just a look ahead at what is in store for Danbury and what this game means tonight. We had a bit of a delay getting the Zamboni on during the Chuck-a-Puck and in-arena festivities. So we will take a very brief break and be back when the puck is ready to be dropped for period number 3.
Upgrade your home with Buzz 8 Appliance, your trusted source for top brand appliances and expert service. We've got the selection and knowledge to help you find the perfect fit. Visit our showrooms in Danbury and Brookfield or shop online at buzz8appliance.com. Buzz 8 Appliance, where quality meets dependability. Discover fresh quality and unbeatable value at Carluzzi's, your family-owned grocery market. We've got everything you need under one roof. Proudly serving Danbury and surrounding communities. Visit carluzzi's.com for weekly specials. Carluzzi's, where quality meets community. Hungry? Chick-fil-A has you covered in Brookfield on Federal Road and inside the Danbury Fair Mall. From the original chicken sandwich to fresh salads and nuggets, enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner your way. The perfect way to feed your family. Chick-fil-A, great food, friendly service. Craving something sweet? Treat yourself at Peach Wave of Bethel. Choose from a variety of creamy frozen yogurts, pile on your favorite toppings, and create the perfect swirl every time. Located right in the heart of Bethel, it's dessert your way every day. Stop in or visit peachwaveyogurt.com. Peach Wave of Bethel, where flavor meets fun. It's time for a tasty, gooey treat. Crumble Cookies in Danbury has the freshest, warmest cookies around. With 6 new gourmet cookie flavors every week, there's always a reason to treat yourself. For the latest flavors and updates, visit crumblecookies.com/Danbury. Visit Danbury Duckpin Bowling Lanes for family fun. Enjoy the classic charm of duckpin bowling with 16 lanes, including a private party room. Perfect for kids' parties, senior leagues, and casual play. Open daily with affordable rates and a...
Hat Tricks players now back on the ice, ready for period number 3. These two teams have played a couple instant classics this season, 2 of which went to overtime in this building. Back on November 14th, there was a 3-2 overtime win for the Hat Tricks. Caden Fennell scoring his first Hat Tricks goal. And only 2 weeks ago, arguably the game of the season, back on January 9th, a 5-4 overtime win with Eli Rivers scoring his first Hat Tricks goal in overtime. And before that, with 19 seconds left on January 9th, number 19, you can follow where I'm going with this, Johnny Ruiz netted his 200th career FPHL goal. Cannot write it any better than that. What a night that was a couple weeks ago. And Ruiz scored a one-timer on the power play to tie the game up in the second period. Not the same exact type of goal, but similar nonetheless. As Kyle Penton gets ready to defend the Hat Tricks net in this final period. Hat Tricks won the shots on goal 15-11 in the second. First line of Robinson, Rupsov, and Belfay on to start the period. It's Mishkin, Filipov, and Bencic, the three forwards, on for Watertown. Watertown trying to avoid a 3-game skid after the sweep against Binghamton. 20 minutes of hockey left here at the DIA. Can the Hat Tricks hold on to this narrow lead? Lenz handles the puck behind his net. Puck makes its way all the way back to Ian Tukane, who's pressured by Filipov. Tried to play it to Sosinski, gave it away. Henning gave it right back. And now Sosinski will lead the charge. Belfay, slap shot goes wide. Rupsov tried to follow it up on the opposite. Robinson chips in towards Belfay. Rupsov again, keeping it in deep. Sosinski to the bench for Allegro, who will slap it in and allow his team to change Crom on. He needs some help from some teammates along the near wall. Ruiz, backhand, just too low there. Lenz caught a piece of it with the blocker. And it's sent out by Watertown. This will be an icing. Brilliant move there from Ruiz. Found a little bit of space. Nice deke. And then had that backhand opportunity robbed by Matt Lenz. As I mentioned, in the 3 starts that he's had against Danbury, he's 2-1. So he's won 2 of the 4 games that Watertown has won against Danbury. He's contributed to half of those. Allegro on net, bouncing puck. Rupsov got a stick on it, falls for Crom in the corner. Ruiz centered again, falls back to Pickford. Tries to spin around Klink, now in deep. Ruiz tried to center, but poked away by Chernyuk. Caden Fennell on. Rivers tied up, gets the puck back, tried to skate around one and flip it over to Newberg. Still with Danbury in the neutral zone. Handled with the skate by Frondudo, couldn't keep the puck, and Newman will survey from his own end. Newman takes a spill. Frondudo center. Tomasi had a shot blocked by Ouellette. Poked in by Fennell. Great opportunity there as another player takes a spill. It's Klink this time falling to the ice. Penton catches the fly ball. He'll freeze the puck with 17:27 in the third. An update on that Blue Ridge Twin City game. It's now 3-2 Bobcats down in Virginia. There's a quick shot from Mishkin right after the face-off. We'll try again in the left dot. Roulette. Zimmerman one-timer. spins wide. Filipov, Bencic, cross ice. Michigan couldn't get it out of his skate. Great centering pass there from Darian Bencic. Found a teammate on the opposite side. Now Noah Robinson shuffles across, centered. Backhanded by Belfay and gloved. Rubtsov was there at the back post. Tukane forced it back out into the neutral zone. Hat-tricks will reset with the dump in by Fennell. Puck hit something along the glass there that kind of made a poof. Not sure what that was. Nonetheless, we'll have a neutral zone face-off. And in addition to that, it'll be a delay of game call against Konstantin Chernyuk. Referees say he threw it out of the rink. So a massive opportunity here for Danbury on the power play. They already have a power play goal tonight, and they can double their lead here on the Chernyuk delay of game penalty. Flipped out by the Wolves as Pickford resets and hounded by Brad Ryder behind him. Still on his tail is Ryder as Pickford enters the zone. Belfay. Tukane finds himself behind the net. Intercepted by Corgan, batted out of the air. Pickford won it right back, but great hand-eye there from Chris Corgan. Ahead for Tukane. Ruiz throws one on net off the pad of Lenz. 1:05 to go on the power play. Bencic swings it around the boards, kept in by Belfay and Robinson. They've been out there the whole time so far. Tukane lost it for a moment. He'll reset. Ruiz one-timer. Deflected off Belfay, it looked like. Lenz will cover. And the second power play unit will head on with 49 seconds to go on the Chernyuk penalty. Rivers can't win the face-off and cleared out by Ouellette. Crom skating up ice. Couple Wolves players got a piece of the puck on his way through. Here he is again, flipped off the glass. Cleared all the way down by Henning. Penton forced to go into the corner. 19 seconds on the 5-on-4. Frondudo trying to lead one final rush. And couldn't get it off his stick. Intercepted. Newman centers. Crucial stick there from Frondudo. 3 seconds. Chernyuk out of the box, back to 5-on-5. Hat-tricks unable to capitalize there. 5 minutes into the third period at the DIA, still 2-1 Danbury. Sent deep by Watertown. It'll be an icing. Danbury with a narrow 1-goal lead still. 5.5 minutes into the third period. We'll be back after a quick break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Danbury Hat-Tricks Hockey on the Hat-Tricks Digital Network.
Head over to TK's American Cafe on White Street for 80 different wing flavors and good times. With 30 flat screen televisions and free Wi-Fi, we're the perfect spot to catch the game or enjoy a night out. Visit tksamericancafe.com for more information. TK's American Cafe. Make sure to try our hat trick flavor. When life brings legal challenges, trust Chipman, Mizuko, and Emerson. From business law and real estate to estate planning and litigation, our experienced attorneys are here to guide you every step of the way. Proudly serving clients across Fairfield County and Western Connecticut. Learn more at danburylaw.com. Nothing freshens like an ice-cold Coca-Cola. From classic Coke to a wide variety of sparkling and still drinks, we've got something for everyone. Learn more at CokeNortheast.com, because every sip deserves a smile.
Robinson on the draw for the hat tricks in the offensive zone. Back in play. About a quarter of the way through the third period. Rupsov finds some space. Backhand, tried to shovel it home and kind of lost it on the stick's edge. Ahead for Filipov. Cross ice now for Zimmerman. He'll send it in. Takes a weird bounce off that corner. Puck off the skate of the referee. Now with McDonald and Chernyuk. Mishkin lays off for Filipov. Over for Benčić. Rupsov battling. Gets the puck now. 2-on-1, 3-on-1. Cross ice Ruiz. Shot! Stopped by Lenz on the 3-on-1. Cross ice for Ruiz. Couldn't capitalize. Mishkin now the other way. Had Benčić too far ahead of him. Back and forth stuff. Out of the under 15-minute timeout. Rupsov with the two options to go for. Chose Ruiz, who was the player further ahead. And we'll look at it here. Beautiful soft pass to Ruiz, who was pretty close in front there against Lenz. Didn't have too much room to operate once he received the puck. So it stands 2-1 still, this narrow lead. The Wolves held a one-goal lead for quite a while through most of the first period and a part of the second, and now it's the Hat Tricks who have to nurse this one-goal lead deeper into the third period with now 12:43 to go in the final period. Deflected puck behind the goal, and that one escaped play right along the near boards. Newberg on with Kanderka and Maxim Mazyarchuk as the third forward to make up this third line. Here he is on the puck. He had the fight with Adam Zimmerman in the second period. Newman tried to steal it away. Sasinski shielding in the far corner. Cross ice for Mazyarchuk. Hat Tricks have numbers, 4-on-2 and offsides. Incredibly frustrating there for John Bierchin. Had a lot of players ahead there on the rush and couldn't get it across onsides. Filipov sneaking around Belfay, but lost his stick in the process. Sasinski flips behind for Robinson, who caught a big piece there. Benčić kind of led with the forearm and took him to the ground. Rupsov skates around the left side. Robinson trailing, shot was blocked. Tukane handling along the near half wall, pressured and taken away by Filipov. His pass for Bencic too strong. Both teams will get a partial change as Belfay here with some space. Tried to feed it center. Zimmerman got a stick. Puck thrown on net by Fennell. Hat-Trick's trying to turn over the Wolves here in the neutral zone. Newman pressured, forced to pass back to Klink. Henning in his 500th career FPHL game, leading the charge and blew right through Jordan Crom. Age is just a number for Dustin Henning. Here he is on the puck, tried to throw one on net. Boy, he got a big hit there on Crom, making his way up the ice like a freight train. Wolves with it in the offensive zone. Danbury. Klink, with the shot. That spun wide. Danbury. Now for Klink. Flipped high off the backboards. Cherniuk cycles for Newman. Has some teammates on the opposite side if he can find him. Puck taken away by Maziarchuk, now with Newberg. Feeds it ahead for Kandurka with some space down the left side. Kandurka, shot blockered away. Gets the rebound. Two players fall to the ice there in that exchange. As we're under 10 minutes in the third period, halfway through this third here. No goals this period. Hat-Trick still with the 2-1 lead. Tukane try to get around an opponent, taken back by Zimmerman. Zimmerman dekes around one. Shot low and saved by Penton. On the stick of Mishkin, who centers for Filipov. Puck is still bouncing in the crease. Still not claimed, and now gloved by Penton with 9:19 on the clock. Gets a round of applause from the Hat-Trick's faithful to keep this game at 2-1. We'll step aside under 10 media timeout here at the DIA. Don't go anywhere, folks. We got a great one here tonight here on the Hat-Trick's digital network.
Looking for the best in beverage distribution? Choose DiCello Distributors. From Anheuser-Busch to local craft beers, we offer a full range of beer, cider, and non-alcoholic options. Serving New Haven, Fairfield, and Middlesex counties, we're committed to quality service and community. Visit DiCello.com to learn more. Diversified Printing Solutions is your full-service print partner in Danbury. With over 50 years of combined experience, we handle everything from graphic design and branded premiums to bindery mailing and smaller large print runs. DPS doesn't just print, we help you communicate from concept to delivery. Visit us online at dprintingsol.com. Struggling with pain or mobility issues? Turn to Hartsburg Chiropractic Health Center in Danbury. Specializing in posture correction, sports injuries, sciatica, arthritis, and more, our patients rave about personalized care and lasting results. Visit hartsburgchiropractic.com to schedule your consultation.
Offensive zone draw for the Wolves here. After almost tying it up, another puck towards Penton's net. He'll freeze that one. We'll have another face-off. Kyle Penton has stepped into this starting role after Sebastian Resar left the team right around the new year. He has stepped in admirably and is keeping his team in the game right now. In a low-scoring affair, opposite to a lot of the more recent games between these two, as I mentioned earlier. 13 goals the last time these two teams faced off here, back on January 10th, and then 9 goals the night before. Robinson and Newman in the circle. Tie up. Puck falls to Robinson. Tried to play it ahead for Rupsov and did not get a stick on it. We'll have another icing back towards Penton's net. Looking ahead for both these two teams, of course, tomorrow night these clubs will play up in Watertown, but next weekend, Hat Tricks will have a road trip down to Wytheville, Virginia, face off against the Blue Ridge Bobcats. Try to make up some ground there between, as of now, the 4th and 5th place teams in the division. Rupsov sneaking around the left side. Gets hit by Klink along the boards. Robinson pinning it in the corner. But it looks like the Bobcats were able to close out that game against Twin City. So they picked up 3 points with a regulation win. Hat Tricks, as of now, holding serve. Puck frozen by Lenz. Just fielding the ground ball from the neutral zone. For Watertown, they'll be hosting the Port Huron Prowlers on January 30th and 31st. Last time they played Port Huron was the second weekend of the season, which they split. Actually won 6-2 back on October 17th. But all eyes still are on this game. Very winnable contest for both teams. Trying to jostle here in the middle class of the Empire Division. We've got a delayed penalty upcoming. What's this going to be here? Penton's stick fell towards the back boards, and Austin Pickford's making his way towards the box. And the Wolves now with a prime opportunity to tie this one up. 8:02 on the clock. Austin Pickford. So far unsuccessful on the night are the Wolves on the 5-on-4. Will it change now, or will the Hat Tricks penalty kill unit continue to do solid work here in a pivotal spot under 8 in the third? Chernyuk leading the way. Wacky bounce again. Tried to spin it around the outside and spit out right near the crease. Like a pinball machine in that near corner. Here's a shot that skips wide. Centered by Bencic. Players going at it right in front of Penton. And Danbury able to clear it out into the neutral zone. 1:10 to go on the penalty. There's an offsides call. Austin Pickford, a penalty you don't usually see, playing with a broken stick. We had from Michigan earlier in the second period with a holding the stick minor penalty. Now Pickford with one of those rare ones, playing with a broken stick. Don't think I've seen that this season. Still 1:07 on this Wolves power play. Kandurka will lug it into the opposite side here, throw one on net. That one goes wide. Newberg chasing, trying to hound Michigan there. Klink. Newberg just cleared out Filipov. He's back on his skates, but right behind the play. Didn't get a clean look at it as Legro sends it all the way down. Kandurka will be the first player to meet it. Lenz will have to shield him off, and he does. 28 seconds on the 5-on-4. Klink trying to deke around the right side. Sosinski handles, tries to fire it out, and skips off Chernyuk's shoulder. Visitors trying to get together one final rush before back to even strength. Doesn't look like they can do it. Sosinski bounces it into the neutral zone. Pickford out of the box, and the hat tricks survive on the penalty kill yet again. Oh for 5 on the night. Watertown is now on the power play. They came in as the better power play group, 17% to Danbury's 13%, 12.9 to be exact. But it's Danbury who got the power play goal via Johnny Ruiz in the second period. One of the reasons why this game is what it is right now. Rupsov found the puck, tried to bat it home, reached him right in front. Couldn't get a clean look. Allegro sent to the opposite corner. Robinson throws one on net, shuffled away by Lenz. Nearing towards the final 5 minutes here. Rupsov. Danbury intercepts. A lot of black jerseys surrounding him. Found Corgan. Gave it away right near Penton as Newman with some space throws one up high and squeezed by Kyle Penton. Major giveaway right next to the post as Robinson was trying to clear the zone. Pickford around the boards, intercepted by Henning. Throws one on net. I heard a ding there. That might have skipped off the post or maybe just Penton's skate. Justin Henning playing in his 500th career game. Rivers had to put it in reverse and lost the puck towards center ice. Filipov flips it across the other way towards Zimmerman. Michigan in behind. Cleared out by Rivers. Chernyuk will survey. Chernyuk back in. Backhanded, Michigan forced back out to the corner. Good feed again from Chernyuk. He is so good as a defenseman on the attack. Very comfortable on the puck. Made his Wolves debut, not hat trick's debut. His Wolves debut 2 weeks ago against Danbury. Has played with the team for 4 games. Newberg fires one on net, half gloved by Lenz. Still loose behind the net with Michigan. Heading towards 3.5 to play. Not a lot of stoppages the last couple minutes. Clock slowly trickling down here. Kandurka trying to put a shoulder into Chernyuk. Chernyuk has the height advantage as the puck stays pinned in that far corner. The way things stand right now, with the clock running down so fast with no whistles, you have to think the next whistle where Watertown has the puck away from their own net, likely going to have Matt Lenz head to the bench and get that 6th skater on. Under 3 minutes to play. Danbury trying to win game 1 of this 2-game weekend set against the Wolves. 10th time these two teams have faced off. We've had a lot of close ones this season. It's been another one tonight. Just a low-scoring one. We've had a lot of high-scoring ones, but tonight, 2-1 as it stands. Greg Sosinski slow to get up. Robinson gains the zone, throws one on net, and handled by Lenz with 2:23 to go. That'll bring us to the final immediate timeout of the night. 2:23 to go in the third. 2-1 Hat Tricks trying to hold on to this lead in the final minutes here at the DIA. You're watching Danbury Hat Tricks hockey.
Recover with confidence at Hat City Physical Therapy. Personalized care for sports injuries, post-surgical rehabilitation, and chronic conditions. As the official PT provider for the Danbury Hat Tricks, we specialize in advanced treatments like dry needling, cupping, and KT taping. Visit us online at hatcityphysicaltherapy.com to schedule a consultation. Serving handcrafted drinks, Cash and Live Coffee Creations combine flavor, creativity, and community in every cup. Visit us online at cashandlivecoffee.com or check us out in the Danbury Ice Arena. Cash and Live Coffee Creations, where every sip tells a story. Make your stay comfortable at La Quinta Inn & Suites by Wyndham Danbury. With spacious rooms, free breakfast, and modern amenities, we've got everything you need to relax and recharge. Conveniently located in Danbury, we're perfect for business or leisure travel. Book your stay today at wyndhamhotels.com/La Quinta.
Final 2 minutes and 23 seconds to go here at the Danbury Ice Arena. Hat Tricks trying to cling on to this 2-1 lead. Poke checked away by Lenz, who had to get out of his net to do so. Keep an eye on the Watertown net now, especially as Penton freezes the puck. He'll look towards Justin Coachman to get the signal. Not a lot of shots this period. Watertown with 7, Danbury only with 2. 2 shots on goal, yet they're still hanging on here. Lenz a bit further out of his net now, waiting for Klink to handle it. Tried to backhand it towards the net, given away. Johnny Ruiz, Rivers ahead. Chernyuk got a stick on it to prevent the breakout pass. Empty net, 6-on-5, Michigan in front, it trickles in! They'll give it to Michigan. He didn't have full possession of the puck, but just as Matt Lenz was racing to his bench, Yefim Michigan makes it 2-2. Hard to see through the traffic there on the replay, but it might have even hit off a skate on its way in. Not the same, but sort of similar to the Hat Trick's second goal that Maziarchuk scored, where he kind of lost control of the puck for a moment and it trickled in. The goal is now under review here in the arena. We'll see it here. Yefim Michigan makes his way into the slot. He lost the puck pretty early on and kind of started bouncing around like a pinball, and then found its way past Kyle Penton. Of course, if there's a clear kicking motion from the skater, it is no goal. But if the puck incidentally goes off his skate, then that is a good goal. Still waiting on the officiating crew to give their call. He loses the puck just as he cuts in between the circles. Looking for that. Look at that left skate of Michigan here. Hard to tell if Sasinski kind of wraps around him. Referees might have a better angle than we do here in the broadcast booth. Hat Tricks faithful waiting with bated breath here. Keep showing you the replay here as Ruiz and Henning, the two respective leaders, wait patiently. The whole arena waiting with bated breath. And Josh Tomasi just walked over to Johnny Ruiz and handed him an iPad, saying, what am I going to do with this? What am I going to do with that? I don't think you can hand over the team's iPad or Surface Pro, whatever it is, and hand it to the referee, as excited and eager as Josh Tomasi was to help in the process. Referee's now coming back onto the ice. It is a good goal. Two, 1:51 to play. A choppy goal there. Not the prettiest one, but a goal nonetheless. Hat-Tricks fans not happy with the news. We've already had 2 overtime games between these two teams in this arena this season. Will it be a third, or will we get a game winner here in the final 1:48? Let's find out. Another classic between the Hat-Tricks and the Wolves as Robinson cycles it deep for Belfay. Skips past Mishkin. Somebody's lost a stick. And now Darian Bencic has Filipov. Couldn't handle it. Bencic falls right back to him as it bounces off the boards. Rupsov throws it cross ice for Jordan Crom. Off the boards, he'll chase. And a penalty. Penalty this time on Adam Zimmerman. Jordan Crom with the hustle, skating ahead and drawing the penalty. He bounced it off the boards and then was tripped up there. He didn't fully fall to the ice, but was tied up enough and lobbied with the nearest referee. 1:12 to go. Have you heard this story before? 2 weeks ago, the Hat-Tricks were trailing. Now this time tied with a man up. Robinson, Belfay, Pickford, Ruiz, and Tukane, the 5 on the ice for John Bierchin. Pickford on net, deflected, and held firm. Lenz able to cover. Austin Belfay, he's had a couple goals this season on the tip drill, redirecting in front. That's his role on the power play. Austin Pickford. Ruiz, one-timer, zips wide. Tukane, Robinson, off target. Ruiz couldn't handle. Newman will flip it to the corner with 45 seconds on the clock, 1:29 to go on the power play. If we do go to overtime, the Hat-Tricks will have some 4-on-3 action to start the OT period. Ruiz, tight angle off the post. Ryder, only as far as Robinson. Slowing up. Robinson, deflected. Belfay again, able to get his stick on it. Trickles out into the neutral zone, 14 seconds to go. Belfay, Tukane, the defenseman, blocker save. Ruiz backhanded towards the net, shuffled away by Lenz again, 3 seconds. Tukane couldn't get it out of his skates, and for the 4th time this season, the Hat-Tricks and the Wolves are going to overtime. Some free hockey here on this Friday night. Hat-Tricks will have 47 seconds of 4-on-3 hockey to start overtime. We've already had 2 overtime games in this arena between the Hat-Tricks and the Wolves. There was also an overtime game back on November 7th up in Watertown, a 3-4 win for the Wolves that time. So 2-1 are the hat tricks against Watertown in OT. Overall on the season, the hat tricks are 2-3, though, in overtime and shootouts. In fact, looking at my notes, this is not the fourth, it's actually the fifth time that the hat tricks and the Wolves are playing some extra hockey. The full list of it: hat tricks overtime loss November 7th, hat tricks overtime win November 14th. The next day, on November 15th, the Wolves take a 2-1 overtime win. Then you have the game 2 weekends ago, 5-4 win for Danbury. That makes it 4, and now tonight, 5. We've seen this twice before. This fan base has seen these two teams go at it for some instant classics. It hasn't been the prettiest game. It's been a low-scoring affair compared to a lot of the other games these two teams have played. A couple sloppy goals, especially the game-tying goal credited to Yefim Mishkin that hit off a bunch of bodies until it made its way past Kyle Penton. But for now, 4 on 3, as we are now into this overtime period. Belfay, Tukane, still with the puck, has Robinson cross ice if he can find him. Opts to go in behind with Belfay. Belfay battling with Henning. Henning and Newman in behind for Watertown. Robinson wins it back. Belfay walking in. Tukane. Had Ruiz on his left. Tukane. 4 seconds on the power play. We'll go back to 4-on-4 hockey as the penalty expires just as Lenz gloves it. So no need for 4-on-4. It'll be 3-on-3, 14-12 on the clock. It's Rivers, Rupsov, and Sosinski on for Danbury. Mishkin, Filipov, and Klink on as Klink wins the puck. 2-on-1. Stephen Klink, cross-ice shot. Save, Penton! Stretching the full distance with the pad. The arena went silent for a second as Stephen Klink made his way on the 2-on-1. He has the puck again, 3-on-1 as Rupsov hustles back. Klink, shot, save, Penton again. Standing on his head to keep his team alive here. 3:40 to go in overtime. Rupsov circling, waiting patient, tried to play it for Rivers. Ruiz and Crom, 2 forwards on. Sosinski will stay on the ice. Mishkin walking in. Yefim Mishkin tried to lay it off for Chernyuk. Johnny Ruiz. Chernyuk hustling back on the backhand, throws one on net, pinned along the post, and an excellent job by Konstantin Chernyuk to prevent the breakaway and affect the shot there from Ruiz. Danbury can't get around Pickford. Robinson loses an edge. He's back up on his skates. Robinson behind the net has Pickford in front, the defenseman. Belfay now on with them. He'll take it back into the neutral zone and reset. Robinson pressured by Filipov. Cycled Towards the wall for Pickford. Austin Pickford has a step, lost the puck. Belfay was able to clean it up and get a shot on net, and now we'll have a whistle here as the net came dislodged. Pickford collided with an opponent barreling towards the net. They'll make sure the net is back in place. 2:16 to go in overtime, halfway through this free period. If this can't settle it, we'll go to a shootout. Rivers, Rupsov, and Fennell. The three on for Danbury. Newman, Klink, and Filipov on for the visitors. Rivers. Newman lost his stick. Rivers tried to deke around Filipov, who won it back. Tried to sauce it ahead for Klink. And Rivers was able to get a stick back as he was backtracking. Under 2 minutes. Watertown trying to tie up with Danbury in the standings, both at 37 points. Wouldn't be tonight, but with a win in overtime, 2 points would bring them within one. As we've got a 2-on-1 developing. Rupsov, one-timer. Rivers didn't get all of it on it. Has Rivers all alone. Off Newman's skate and into the glove of Matt Lenz. Eli Rivers was standing there for what felt like 25 seconds as Rupsov battled to try to just feed the puck over towards the front of the net. Ruiz and Crum on with Tukane. Chernyuk is on with Michigan and Benchich. Ruiz wins the draw. Tukane will take it back out into the neutral zone. Ruiz lost it for a moment. Crum tried to feed it for Ruiz. Now Michigan the other way for Watertown. Around the outside. Michigan circling. He had the game tying goal. Lays off for Chernyuk. Chernyuk walking in off the bar. Chernyuk almost ended it for Watertown. The defenseman, Chernyuk, had a wide open path. Chernyuk again, off the pad, 38 seconds in this overtime period. We'll see if one of these teams will just settle for a shootout, or will they go for it all here in the final 25 seconds? Benchich will turn back. He'll lay it off for Danbury, who got the scoring started in the first period and gave the Wolves an early lead. Klink. High save from Penton. 10 seconds now. Danbury. Deflected by Robinson. 4 seconds. Over to Tukane. The zip one high over the net of Lenz. And we will have a shootout. Overtime could not decide. So 2-2 after overtime. We'll reset the scoreboard here and set it back up for shootout tally. Hat Tricks lost a shootout against Binghamton here on home ice on December 12th in a 2-3 game. It's the only time they've been in a shootout this season. As for Watertown, the only time that they've been in a shootout was the first game of the season, also against Binghamton, losing that one 4-5 on October 10th. So both teams only with one shootout this season, both losing to the Black Bears. And first out for the Hat Tricks will be Eli Rivers. Rivers, since joining the team, 5 goals in 4 games. What does he have here? Lenz way out of his net. Rivers, glove save. Lenz denies the rookie. Konstantin Chernyuk will take the first attempt for the Wolves. The long, wiry defenseman walking in. Slows down, denied by Penton with the stick. Pressure turns back onto Lenz on the opposite side of the rink. And on to take the second is Johnny Ruiz. Still 0-0. Ruiz cannot best Lenz there. Had a nice move, but stretching out with the left pad, Lenz denies. Stephen Klink. Second opportunity for the Wolves. Denied! The goalies are perfect. Still 0-0. In round 3, Anton Rubtsov will try to do it here for Danbury. Scores! Rubtsov looks like he went 5-hole. Yep, he went low. He went low on Lenz. And now it lies with Yefa Mishkin. Save! Hat Tricks win. Kyle Penton is the hero. Kyle Penton, the stretch save. Mishkin had him beat for half a second. Tried to go further outside and just had the slightest of edges. And look at that celebration. How about that for the Hat Tricks' first shootout victory of the season? They pick up 2 points tonight. They improve to 10-17, 3-3, their third overtime win of the season. All, in fact, coming against this Watertown team. As the team circles around center ice towards the barrel, the couple give a congratulatory handshake to Dustin Henning, who played for the Hat Tricks. 500th career game for him, but who else is it going to be other than Penton? You got to love it here for Kyle Penton. He'll give it a spin now. Goalie who's stepped up with Sebastian Resar's departure. Big shoes to fill for Resar, who was one of the top goalies in the league during his time with Danbury. And Penton has stepped in and played admirably and won his team this game. Will likely be one of the 3 stars tonight. Hat Tricks will take a lap around the ice. Watertown falls to 9-17, 2-4. They'll pick up 1 point in the overtime shootout loss. So they're at 35 points. Danbury now at 39 points. It goes from a 4 to a 5-point gap between them and Blue Ridge for 4th place, with only 2 points for an overtime win. But I think they'll be okay with the win here, especially in that fashion. A shootout victory for the Hat Tricks. They win this one 3-2 on home ice. They'll travel up to New York to play the Wolves in Watertown tomorrow night. Hat Tricks will be back on home ice in 2 weekends against who else but the Watertown Wolves on February 6th and 7th. For our entire production team, Patrick Rudberg on play-by-play commentary. Thank you for spending your Friday night with us again. Hat Tricks 3-2 final in a shootout here at the DIA. Have a nice night, everyone.